What's going on, my little sexy motherfuckers? Transmifrodites. Recapping on the whole transmifrodite saga, okay? I think I've identified who was the, can't even say that person was. Fuck it, you're the transmifrodite. I fucking outed you. I know 100% you're the transmifrodite. And let me tell you something, you're fucking retarded. You're fucking twisted in your mind, because I don't even know how you could fucking say, yeah, I'm a transmifrodite. It doesn't fucking exist except for that weirdo that I saw in fucking MCC at the end of the day. But that was a cool motherfucker. But like, I found the transmifrodite. So you My Little Pony motherfucker. All right, let's move on. All right. Market stuff, like I said already, there's really nothing. I know a lot of people like doing videos and keep saying things like, well, the market's into this and that. And yeah, let me tell you something. This whole fucking play has so many fucking stupid parts. Understand it's a squeeze play, and as time goes on, obviously, that's it. So everybody's like, well, the real price and the second price, yeah, they're gonna merge at one point. You know what? But they're not gonna tell you, and they're not gonna tell me. But when it does happen, you'll know. And then, Merry Christmas. If you want to then go and switch over to Lou TV, we could talk about normal stuff. Thought I had to pick up the phone. Other phone. Alright, I'm gonna make you motherfuckers laugh today, just because market-wise, I mean, like I honestly say, look, market-wise, I know we've added on more shareholders, and this is across all the meme stocks. Okay, I know at the end of the day, you know, I always said this was a tech play. So that being said, we don't really know the numbers that are out there, but what I do know is the conditions. See, because they kind of, that's the one thing they kind of erase in this whole thing. You can add tech to everything, but the market is interesting because the market has a certain rhythm and flow on how it operates. So at the end of the day, it pushes them in a situation. Now they're using tech, everything is tech, but it's just like, a perfect example, that's like, I'm talking to you using tech, but if you were right in front of me, I'll be the same guy talking to you just like this. So I would have to still be, hey, how you doing? Meet you, hey, I'm Lou, yeah, how you doing? There's a certain etiquette to the market. Whether people want to acknowledge it or not, the market has its etiquette, its rules, its players, you know, its guardians. And that's why many people are like, this lawsuit has to be the solution. I'm like, nah, not really. Because you don't need lawsuits to solve things on the market. You don't. The market has its own ebb and flow to it. So, you know, and if anybody's going to do a lawsuit, I don't want to sound like a fuck, the truth. But if anybody's going to do a lawsuit, that's the SEC. That's what they do. That's why I told you motherfuckers, why are you fighting the government? It's them. They're the ones that come in and, no, they're not doing anything. Trust me. All these regulations have popped up because they also, this has been, from my background, I can tell you, this is not something that somebody was prepared for. It's not. There's no way. There's no way. There's not. It's just like your local garage mechanic down the block that you go to him for tune-ups and oil changes. Well, let me tell you something. The second that you bring in a used Tesla, game changer. Because how do you tune that up? You know, you understand what I'm trying to tell you? Yeah, he could change the tires on the car, he could adjust the brakes, but you're gonna have to have a learning curve to be a mechanic for used EV Tesla type vehicles in the future. So he might be a monster at rebuilding engines or whatever, but guess what? You don't got an engine anymore. You got an electric motor. You got a battery. It's a tech monster. Tesla's a tech company. It's not a car company. It's a tech company. So I hope that helps people understand that, you know, everything is working in a certain direction. That's why it have to be that way. So that should calm you people down. I already told you. I feel confident in the numbers. I can tell you clearly today. I feel even more confident. You know, more on that at another time. But I feel much more confident Just because looking at everything now, Lou was very confident on this. All right, let's talk. Let's have some fun. As a matter of fact, so we're talking about cars. I'll talk to you about Benito. There was a time, me and Benito were in a club downtown, and we were in this club all night long. And it was back in the days, people used to, like in the clubs, they used to smoke, whatever. So God knows what they were smoking there. But let me tell you something, Lou, it was beyond sundown, motherfuckers. That can't be possible, Lou. Trust me, it was. So I was exhausted. And all of a sudden, Benny comes over and is close to closing and tells me, listen, Lou, you remember Eric? You remember Eric? And I'm like, I remember Eric. What the fuck you? Yeah, Eric's over here. Eric's the guy we grew up with. He was a cool motherfucker. He was just, he wasn't Irish. He was like Norwegian or something like that. But he came up in the neighborhood, so he was one of our people. It didn't matter. That's the cool thing about the hood. There's no racism. If you're one of us, you're one of us. It doesn't matter. You could be a fucking leprechaun. We even fucking looked after Tone when he came out like that. Lambada. But anyway, fucking Eric's there. So I'm like, God, what the fuck? I haven't seen you in a long time. He's like, no, listen, I moved out to Pennsylvania, man. I'm out there, you know, I got married, this chick, everything is, cool, and, I'm out there, whatever. So her family's out there. So I was like, look, God bless you, motherfucker. So I gave him a hug and everything, reminisced for a bit. And I was like, all right, man, keep in contact, whatever. I was going to go to breakfast and go home and collapse. See fucking E.T. roaming around. I was fucking gone. Psychologically, I was like done. I would have failed a piss test. That's how the clubs were back then. No big deal. But Benny says, no, you don't understand. Eric told me he has a car for me. And I'm like, all right. Okay, where is it? No, listen, we're going to go to Pennsylvania now with him. And then what I'm going to do is I want to drive the car back. And I'll go to DMV this week and I'll switch the plates and everything. So I was like, wow, you're going to go out to PA, Benny? That's going to be like 2 hours from here. He said, no, it's a quick drive. We'll drive us over there, come back, there's no traffic. And he said, we. Famous words, we. So I was like, come on, Benny, I don't fucking go to Pennsylvania. He goes, no, Eric, there's a good diner out there, whatever. I'm like, fuck, I'm going to go to another fucking 2 states away to go to a diner. There's a diner on the corner. So anyway, what am I going to tell you? Here I am in a fucking car heading towards Pennsylvania. And, we're cracking jokes and whatever. And I'm like, fucking almost fucking nodding out. And they keep talking. And I wake up again and I start laughing. And Benny's also fucking tired. But we gotta go get this car. Because Eric was a cool motherfucker. And I could just tell you that when we grew up, let me tell you something. He was our people. What that meant was you didn't fuck with him. He was our people. So he was like, look, man, he was talking to Benny, and he told Benny, I got this fucking car, because he dealt with a lot of cars out in PA. This family that, his wife's family, whatever, they were like into a lot of restoring cars and stuff. So he's like, I'll give you the fucking car, man. I owe you, motherfucker, saved my life. Huh? He was asking me if I want a car. I'm like, I live in Manhattan. The fuck I need a car for? It's a subway. I'm cool people, But Benny, Benny's all over the place. Benny's a man of business. So Benny said, fuck it, I'll go out there. Never been out there in the wilds of Pennsylvania. What do they got, the Grizzlies? So anyway, we drive the fuck all the way out there. This is like deep, like fucking Central Tech, Pennsylvania, like out there. Like motherfuckers make wood furniture out there with their fucking hands. I was like, what the fuck is this? I just wake up and I see farms and I was like, Eric, what the fuck, man? You moved out here? Or you fucking hiding from somebody out here? He's like, no, that's my house right over here. Yeah, that's the house with 52 fucking Harley Davidsons parked outside and motherfuckers sleeping on top of fucking, like, I don't know, like benches and wearing leather vests and whatever. Yes. I just went to a fucking Hell's Angel retreat with Benny in Pennsylvania. I think it was just like everybody there was fucking had the leather, had the colors there. No big deal. I went there, whatever. How you doing? Okay, you were whatever, and whatever the whole thing. And it was like, how did I just leave a club in Manhattan? All of a sudden, I'm in a farm with biker dudes. Like it was like 50 or 100 of those fucking Harleys everywhere. And I'm like, this is not something I gotta be in. I know somebody here must be wanted for like 18 bodies, and like the last fucking place I want to be is here. But nonetheless, Benny wanted his car. So all of a sudden, Eric, he's like, no, my wife's gonna cook breakfast for us. Trust me. You have breakfast surrounded by wild motherfucking bikers, and then everybody's loving Benny, and we're fucking cracking jokes and everything, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm having fucking breakfast with fucking outlaw bikers. Only in my life. So anyway, at a certain point we're done, whatever, hugging everybody. I'm hugging fucking bikers. Like, at the end of the day, they were like, you want a Harley? I was like, yeah, I know how that fucking ends up. Anyway, we get in this car. It's like this Le Mans something, whatever. It's a cool fucking car. And he gives Benny the papers and goes, oh, that's it, man. If you guys ever need a place to come, whatever, anything fucking happens, you come here. The fucking world could be on fire, you come here. I was like, okay, I'll keep that in mind. I'll come here and hang out with these psycho motherfuckers on Harley Davidsons. Sounds like a good fucking plan. Yeah. So anyway, me and Benny get in the car and we start driving the fuck back. It's so fucking long. And me and Benny, the hours are fucking taking us on. I'm like, yeah, Benny, what's going on? So no joke, as we're driving, me and Benny, we never really drove out. New York City, you drive to Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens. It's fast stuff, couple of blocks, whatever. Now, me and Benny are out there in the central, I don't know where the fuck we were in Pennsylvania. They had like fucking hay rolled up, fertilizer. I mean, I saw cows. I think it was the first cows I ever saw in my life. And I fell the fuck asleep in that car. And you might think, what's the big deal? You fell asleep in the car. You're not driving. There's a problem. Benny fell asleep in that car too. And he was driving. So all of a sudden, I think we were doing good for a while. Until somehow or another, we veered off to like a overpath that was being built. Like they have it like blocked off, and it's like it's gonna one day cross over a highway. It wasn't fully done. But all I know is for some reason, I started to feel weightless. And I open up my eye and I see like Benny floating. And I see a cup and papers and pens like floating in the air, and the car just felt like it was just taking off. Where Benny was flying the fucking car off this overpath, and we looked at each other at this moment when the car was like fucking flying. We landed on the fucking side of a highway and nearly went into another highway with fucking cars coming. I have never been fucking that terrified in my fucking life. When you see a fucking coffee and it was a coffee cup, it was empty, but the donut was floating in the air like we went out of space. For a second, I thought I was like fucking Elon with a fucking satellite. So we landed, we fucking chilled each other out. We're there like two fucking transmifrodites like that. Okay, we made it. Okay, the car stopped moving. Let me tell you something. 2 hours later, we rolled into New York. That fucking car had grass, everything. I thought it fucking was gonna have a sheep underneath, a goat stuck underneath it. Let me tell you something. I didn't get in a car for several months after that. Fucking Benny, when I come back around the neighborhood, he's like, yeah, man, this fucking car is great. Me and Lou flew it off a bridge. Nobody was believing us until they saw the car and they saw that this shit looked like it went through war. Like, how the fuck did you get grass on the windshield? Like, it was like, well, where the wipers go in there was like a fucking patch of grass. If we would have gotten pulled over, they would have buried us. Our car looked like we camouflaged it. Fucking Benny fell asleep. No joke. I woke up and I just see Benny like floating in the air. Like, only thing keeping him inside, because back then nobody wore seatbelts. The only thing keeping him inside was he had to wear the seatbelt, just because of the fact that the way it was set up, it was like one of those cars where it's like already rigged. So if Benny didn't have if I didn't have the seatbelt on, we would have been fucking gone. It would have been over. Fucking Diablo would have been like, I got you, motherfucker. So that was me and Benny in PA. The whole biker story, let me tell you something. These motherfuckers were like inches away of saying, you motherfuckers could be with us. So I was like, what the fuck? Well, how the fuck did I wind up from a fucking club? Now I'm with a biker gang. I'm out here with God knows the Amish, and Benny's like, fuck, this is a great fucking car. And all of a sudden, not even like half an hour later, me and Benny fucking take off. Before Jeff Bezos and fucking Spice fucking Virgin Galactic took off, me and Benny fucking took off from Pennsylvania. Ah, you Benny, stupid motherfucker. I just know that the feeling of a car flying through the air, that's not the horrifying part, okay? It's looking at Benny behind the fucking wheel, trying to turn the wheel as he wakes up, trying to think that he can steer. And he was dead asleep, like no joke. When we were floating, and he looked at me like we didn't even see road anymore. We saw fucking clouds. Like we fucking disappeared. Like what the fuck? But when that car fucking started to go down, it looked like we were coming off of a building. So avoid clubs with severe narcotics. Avoid motherfuckers named Eric. Avoid biker gangs for breakfast. Don't go to central Pennsylvania, and fucking 100% don't drive with Benny ever in your life. Other than that, you motherfuckers are safe. Trust me, you're also safe on this play. Make sure that you're gonna be safe, okay? Love you motherfuckers. Melania. Don't go to Pennsylvania. The beautiful people in Pennsylvania, but don't do it.